Good morning, everybody. Say good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Lisa.
All right, we got an interesting day here. First thing we're gonna do, clean this floor up, sand them edges down, and put an underlayment in here. Because you never tile on the subfloor. The subfloor is part of the structure. Put underlayment, and for this case we're gonna use 3/8 plywood, sanded, exterior glue. We're gonna put the Schluter Ditra mat on top of that. And they'll be ready for tile. We're also going to cover these walls, frame in a shower niche, and possibly, hopefully, maybe get the shower pan set. This is what we're using for the subfloor. Not subfloor, but underlayment. So if we get things straightened up and we'll come back. All right, first thing we're gonna do is level out this subfloor a little bit before we put the underlayment, and then we'll give you an idea of what's happening here. That's not too bad, but see this? Door. So we're going to take these joints with a belt sander, 40 grit paper, and knock these edges down before we put the new underlayment in, so it'll sit flat. That'll give you an idea of what we're looking for. And then we'll break our first piece right across that joint, which will help disguise it that much more. All right, we got all these joints sanded smooth, leveled out. Re-nailed this floor, just to be on the safe side. Got all those joints sanded smooth. All right, that took about 40 minutes or so. Try to isolate this squeak. All clean, ready to go. So we'll be back with you in a minute. Lots of nails. There you go, floor's nailed off. It's hot, dude. Oh my God, it's hot in here. The nails are horseshoe nails, 18 gauge, or I think they're 18 gauge. Anyway, between 4 and 5 inches on center. So there's a lot of nails in here. But if the floor ever has to come up, be replaced, whatever, you can get it up. If you put your tile directly to the subfloor, which is part of the structure, and then you gotta pull it up, you're in trouble because you're gonna try to subfloor all the pieces trying. So this is 3/8 exterior grade, sanded, smooth, and it makes a great underlayment. I could actually lay the tile on this. It would be fine, but we're gonna put the Ditra net underneath it, so you'll see that next. Okay, folks, let's see what we got going here. We took the Schluter Ditra and dry fitted it. The floor, cutting out the vent and the toilet and everything else we got in here. The links out there when it goes into the door, and marked on the floor so we know where to glue. So once we start gluing this up, we just be able to keep on going. We'll have to stop and measure and cut and do all that other stuff. Make it a little bit easier. This is setting up good in here. Tomorrow morning we'll go ahead and run the fabric around these edges, and then shower will be ready to tile. All right, so we're going to mix up some thin set for this. It's modified because we're going to plywood. Then we're going to wet the plywood floor with a damp sponge so it doesn't suck all the moisture out of our thin set. It gives us a little bit of time to work with it. And I'll come back and show you that when we get to that point. She's sitting on my, look at the outside, Lisa. Oh, Lord. All right, we're getting our floor ready for our first piece of Ditra mat. And we have a trowel, especially for this, by the same company. It gives you the right size notch. So you don't have to worry about it, you just go with it. A lot of work. Tile, that's a lot of work. That's why we wet this floor down. I'm gonna show you why here in a second. Looky here. I'm not putting much pressure on that, but watch. See that? That's what you want to see happen. I'm gonna need my tape to make sure this thing is square. Lisa, back and forth like you see me. There you go. There goes Lisa putting that, using a grout float, pushing that Ditra floor into the mortar below. And that's pretty much what it looks like. It sets up and is ready to tile. Probably start this Monday because I got windows here, new windows. The homeowner decided they want to replace the windows in here, and they got no grills, got no jam extensions either. So we're going to go ahead and pull these out, install those so we can, and then we'll just build the jam extensions and trim the window, I guess. And then our supplier's going to order new sashes. So when the new sashes come, they'll have the muttons in them like this does. And we just have to roll them out and put the new ones in. Don't like it, but got to do something. Can't wait another 3 weeks for windows. All right, back at you. Good morning, friends. Still ain't got no haircut. Goodness gracious. I'm reaching critical stage at the moment. All right, let's get inside. I'm gonna start tiling the floor in the bathroom. Here we go. Shower floor looks nice. We're gonna set up here and start this bathroom floor. All right, let me get my mess together and I'll get back to y'all. All right, to get going on this floor, the first thing we're gonna do is have to cut these door jambs off so the tile can slide under them. So what we got is a piece of the tile turned upside down, and then a piece of the cardboard from the carton that it was shipped in, and that's gonna act as the mortar bed to get us up high enough. And we're going to use a Dremel with an aggressive blade on it so we get it done pretty quick. So let me get that done and I'll show you how it looks. Turn the tile over, obviously, so we don't scar up the finished side, because we don't want to ruin the tile. There we go. Looking good. And then at the front, we're going to use just a simple angle stop. Something like that. Then the bedroom carpet. I'm pretty sure carpet's going out here. We'll start here. I don't like the big threshold. Try to make the transition between the two floors as seamless as possible. I don't like when you make a big deal out of it by putting a threshold there or something like that. So let's get the other side cut and we'll start laying this floor out. All right, let me show you how we're gonna cut this. We got a full tile from our center line going back to this trim. So that's gonna leave a cut edge at this piece of trim that grout won't hide. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna cut this thing down and ease the edge so it looks like it was made that way. So I'm gonna have to put a new battery in this camera first though, because it got about 2 seconds left. All right, I'll be back at you. You see we got a real sharp edge here. Should maybe see it better. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do to try to fix that. Got a diamond polishing wheel on mine. The edge eased on. Let me take this to the sun so you can see it. See, we just ease the edge back on it ever so slightly so it's not a rough, coarse cut. It's all about the little things. All right, I'm gonna go see if this fits. All right, I'm gonna show you how this looks now. You see, here's our metal stop instead of a threshold. I just don't like them big, bulky. Our tile's a little bit low, but you got to remember we got to use the big trowel, 3/8 inch trowel, to put mud on this floor to hold these big tiles. And you know, there you see it. It's just a very clean look. At the end of the day, we'll rip and stand one up on the front of the shower. Probably use the same thing that's in the shower, give it a little bit of character there. So let's move on to the next one and see what happens. See, makes a nice edge. You got all the ones cut and edged that go here at the door, so that's a nice clean look. You see, so we'll keep on cutting and fitting these. Probably at least out to that vent. Then I'll come back and I'll, believe it or not, I'll number them. The ones in the center are whole pieces, so the ones on the left and right will just number L1, L2, L3, and 1 will be at the curb, and the higher numbers will be in the field, and we'll put it together the same way it came off the floor. It's gonna be, so we have to probably use a 3/8 inch trowel, something big. There's a few dips in that floor, and probably have to back butter each one of them too, but we'll go over that when we start setting the tiles. There you go, that's, we're going the first pipe around the toilet. You can see where you wouldn't want to do this. And then, start, mix up your mud, start setting tile. that would be difficult. That's why take the time, get them all cut, make sure everything fits, mix up your thin set. And once you start, you don't have to stop. So there you go. That is perfectly acceptable. We're gonna go in and finish our floor. So I'm gonna take you in and show you where we started. We couldn't take you along with us on that journey because I ran out of battery. Still ain't got a haircut. It's grandson Jackson. It's yeah, my hair is reaching critical. It's time for a mass intervention, I think. So let's go inside. Let's get to work. Go inside. Video of that because I ran out of battery. And I couldn't leave the job because this is my job. But anyway, we have the pieces cut to go down the left-hand side, down the right-hand side, the piece of trim that goes here at the door. Get down here, you take your time, you can see how nice that floor is. The joint under, the crack underneath the level, you see that pretty dang close. In reality, this floor is up and down like a big dog. Got some mud slaking in the bucket. The trick with that stuff is read the directions. Use the proper amount of water to the proper amount of thin set. Let it slake. Don't add water after you let it slake. And it'll do the job it's supposed to do. But if you get halfway through it and your mud starts setting up, you want to go out there and add some water to it and shake it up. Don't do it. Throw it away and start another batch of mud. See that? That's perfect. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is mark me an 18-inch line. So that's about where 3 tiles come. That's right here. First, I'm going to use the flat side of this trowel and key it into this Ditra mat. You trowel this thin set, you want all your strokes in the same direction. So when we set this tile into place, we don't capture no air underneath it. It'll lay down flat. Holding my trowel at about a 45-degree angle. these we're gonna back butter. See the indentations? Just want to get it on there, scrape it clean. Now we want to gently rock that into place. And to check if you got the right size trowel, see that? That's 100% coverage. So that's as good as it's gonna get. All right, so I'm gonna move on with this for a few minutes and I'll get back to you. Get that top up there. Hope I got enough mud without mixing more. I gotta put some more mud out here and put a little on.
Huh? Yes. Oh, it's all about the details. I know where some are. Yeah.
You didn't do something over the road?
No.
You did.
He said we choose deep color clothes.
I prefer shop clothes, more organized, cleaner, closer. I mean, we know that store like if it was ours.
Plus I get 10% off everything else. Yeah, I know, so call me.
There we go. What a chore. Hot today too. So this will sit like this till Monday, and then we'll grout it, and then it's on to the shower walls. But, those leveling wedges sure make a nice job. You can see this transition piece we got right here. So the new floor will come up about that, and there's no threshold. Seamless. Anyway, good Saturday morning.